Hi, so hello, welcome to my video. Sorry for the noise. Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about how to write a good game. If my voice is audible, it's because I'm terrible at audio stuff and I don't have a microphone. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about how to make a good game and not just make a good game, make a good game using writing. Actually, it's making good writing. Uh, yeah. So I've opened up Goodreads over here because Goodreads is the place where books are written, sold. Yeah. So what I have over here is the Hunger Games, and you might be asking, what does the Hunger Games have to do with writing in games? And the answer is games are mostly writing. There, writing is almost everywhere. Writing is in talking. Writing is in like anything that you could describe in your own words, or you could think up being beautiful. And basically, writing being in games is nearly um, everywhere. It's hard to articulate words because I recorded this once and it didn't get as beautiful as I tried. Now, this is impromptu. I'm doing this impromptu. I've not planned anything. I do not have a script with me. I do not like editing. So, yeah, so basically, I'm talking what is in my mind. What is writing in games? Or what is writing in general? Writing is trying to describe something. If it, let us check what is over here. I don't know where to check. Okay, I'll tell you just what is in my mind. Okay, so writing, what is writing? Writing is trying to describe something. Writing can be anything. It could be books, it could be literature, it could be, I mean, what am I trying to say? It could be using words. It can be done in different languages. It could be done using drawing. We say a picture is worth 1,000 words. That is, in true essence, telling you that drawing or having a picture or taking a photograph or doing whatever, it's part of the writing process. It tells you, it gives you an emotion and all those kinds of stuff. Making music is writing. You often hear the statement writing music, and yeah, basically, also making gameplay is writing. You might have heard that or thought about that before. Yeah, because the player gets an experience out of playing the game. But I'm not going to explain music because I'm not good at music. I'm not going to explain making gameplay because Gameka's Toolkit has a lot of videos, and yeah, basically no one talks about writing in the gaming industry other than a few videos or a few descriptions of things, apart from I think a few people on YouTube. And so I decided to step in and talk about it as a game developer, a new game developer, as you can tell. Now over here I have Chicken Police. Chicken Police is a game that I particularly love. It's very beautifully written. There's a lot of games that are not really as well as well loved, even though they have good writing in them. There's Hollow Knight over here, which is, oh no, I opened the wrong one. I opened Wikipedia. Steam. It's supposed to be in Steam. Now, Hollow Knight is a very well written game. It has beautiful art, it has beautiful music, it has beautiful prose, it has beautiful, like, it's art, basically. And yeah, so Hollow Knight, Chicken Police, there are many other games, but I just want to focus on these two to explain what writing is. And yeah, so I'll start off with the basic writing. Writing in general, apart from having being music, art, animations, all of those things, apart from being all of those things with gameplay, writing is also its own thing, which is weird and complicated, and I do not know how to explain it, but I will explain it. Yeah, writing is all about prose, the beauty of the words. Writing is all about um, the pacing. It's kind of like music. Music gives a lot of inspiration to a lot of things. For example, gameplay. Gameplay is kind of like writing, and gameplay is also kind of like write is kind of like music and kind of like writing. It's actually more like writing than it is music, kind of. Yeah. So let's read the description of The Hunger Games by Susan Collins, which is an amazing title. If you're looking to, I'll explain how to make titles in the future. And oh no, as you can tell, I did not plan for this. So, could you survive on your own in the wild with everyone out to make sure that you don't live to see in the morning? To see the morning. In the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panem, a shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them all to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live television. Now, as you can notice, this is an extremely well written synopsis, and a synopsis is like a description or the trailer of the book. Now, gameplay trailers are kind of like the synopsis of a game, as synopsis is a trailer to a book. Now, this book, The Hunger Games, does not have a complicated synopsis. It does not have complicated English, but it's very well paced, and that makes it good writing. Basically, you do not need difficult English or difficult language to make good English. To make good writing, I mean. You can have easy English and well-paced stuff, and pacing is a difficult topic on its own. I'll cover it in the future. There's also the prose, there's also themes, which I'll explain as well. Basically, those three are the foundations of writing, I'd say, for me. I'm not a literature person. Do not take my words as a law, because I'm not great at literature and stuff. So yeah, basically, as a writer, that is kind of what I'd say. That's the thing that I'd group them as. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen, who works alone with her mother and younger sister, regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games. But Katniss has been close to dead before, and survival for her is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender. But if she is to win, she will have to start making choices that weight survival against humanity and life against love. Now, I have a problem with this last part because it's extremely kind of long, but yeah, it's a good written, it's a well written thing, but I'd critique it a little bit. The sentences are way too long sometimes. Sometimes sentences being too long makes them less understandable. Yeah, probably it's me being not being as cautious in my reading as I possibly could be, and yeah. So writing is you can do basically can do a lot of stuff using writing. As I told you, writing is worth a lot of things like art. You can see the art. The art on the book looks beautiful. It looks artistic, and it can tell you the story from just looking at the. It can't tell you the story. What am I saying? It can tell you part of the story. It can't tell you everything, but still part of the narrative. So I'd like you to check Chicken Police, read the synopsis, and then understand how it's written and how this looks, and like yeah, if you can check out the game, say A Wild Tale of Love, Death, Chickens, and Redemption. A very good start to the synopsis. Now, the synopsis should not sound cliche, cliche is something sounding old or not good. And Chicken Police is a buddy cop noir adventure with a carefully crafted world, a gritty story, and an absurd humor. The game mixes classic adventure games with visual style storytelling, novel style storytelling, wow, presented in a big, droppingly unique art style. This has its own voice, which is beautiful, big, droppingly. Small things like this take writing to a whole new level. Games like Undertale, let me show you Undertale. Undertale has a particularly beautiful description. Yeah, so I don't want you to check over. What I particularly want you to look at is the reviews over here. The puzzles aren't particularly impressive. 10 out of 10. Distractoid. Have a couple of issues with the user interface. 10 out of 10. PC invasion. If there's a criticism to be had, it's that sometimes Toby Fox doesn't know when to let a joke go. 10 out of 10. The Gymquisition. Now, the rating has up. The reviews over here, the showcase of the reviews, have a lot of personality, which makes this Steam store look particularly different and memorable. I've never seen someone place critiques of his own reviews on the Steam store to show that his game is bad while placing good reviews on the store, which is kind of how writing works. There's a lot to writing, as I'd say. And again, this is impromptu. I don't like editing videos. I don't like uh, planning for videos, and I'll tell you why in the future. Finally, we go to Hollow Knight. Forge your own path in Hollow Knight, an epic action adventure through a vast ruined kingdom of insects and heroes. Explore twisting caverns, battle tainted creatures, and befriend bizarre bugs, all in a classic hand-drawn 2D style. The art is beautiful. The writing here is straightforward, absolutely straightforward, with a few, very few difficult words, unless like it's well paced. It's well paced, and it's such a such clean writing. Like, it's the kind of writing that I love personally. It's not extremely flat in terms of prose. It's not too slow. It's just perfect, in the perfect spot. As an example, I'd show you a book called The Book Thief as an example of something. An example of a book which I particularly loved, even though it was not meant for me. This is the kind of writing that I love. Now I want to show you the kind of writing that I didn't love, but I was gotten to love. The Book Thief is a historical epic, which is a very slow book, the opposite to the way Hollow Knight has been written. Hollow Knight has been written in a very beautiful, clear way, with very few difficult words and a fast pace. This is a very slow written book, very slow written book, and it's critically acclaimed. As you can see, it has 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, and its writing is really beautiful, but it's a very slow book, and I loved it at the end, which is something you can do in writing, and I'll explain in the future as well. But all I wanted to tell you is that all these components of writing are possible in video games, because video games are much more, they allow more freedom than writing books or making movies. Or I don't know about making movies, but I assume, because video games can have movies in them, animations and all these kinds of stuff. Yeah, so basically writing in video games is just trying to say something, to explain something to someone in a good, beautiful way, something of the sort, or a funny way, or a deliberate way, depending on what you want. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I hope it was not too boring, and I'll see you later.